I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a Dell. No power. I already took the board out. This is the board here. This is a USB-C. 9 times out of 10, when a computer comes in with no power and it's USB-C, it's going to be something related to the USB-C circuitry because that stuff sucks. I have my USB-C ammeter right here. We're going to plug it in and we get something. We get 20 volts, so we do have like a switch over of some sort. And that's weird. It wasn't doing that before. We do have some amount of power draw, but it doesn't seem like it's actually booting up because the CPU doesn't seem to be heating up. Let's look at the thermal camera. It is turning on. That's weird. When this originally came in, I had no power at all. I don't recall if I already started removing stuff around here. So I'm not sure what's going on. It's powering on. The other thing I remember is when I flipped this over, it would knock out my power supply. So on that other orientation, you can see I have no power. Nothing at all. And if I flip it back, it has now knocked out my power supply, so I'm not getting anything on either side now. So I have this battery here from a flashlight. You can see if I try plugging into this, now I get nothing. And the only way I'm going to get power back is if I reset the power supply, which means that this USB-C circuit is working when I plug it in one direction, but not when I plug it in the other direction. There's a short on one of the sides. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the USB-C port and see. Hopefully I have a replacement already on hand. If not, we're going to have to order one. So first thing I'm going to try and do is remove the port so I can inspect it. I just kind of can't do it under the microscope when it's installed because I can't flip the board vertically. So with the port removed, we can see inside a little clearer. You can definitely see that there's damage on this side right here on the left. That could definitely be causing the issue we're having. I don't have an exact one on hand. I do have this one here, which I believe might work. Unfortunately, that does not match. The lugs here are a little bit too, they come off short. Same thing here, this does not match. Alright, so we found the port that'll work. We added some flux. The pads on the port are pre-tinned. I'm going to preheat the board. Alright, I can see the solder on the board starting to melt. Add a little more flux. Up the new port in. Just checking that those pins look good. They look like they're all soldered correctly. My power supply is still knocked out, so I need to turn off the power supply for a few seconds, maybe around 10 seconds. And then when I power it back on, it should go out of protect mode. And you can see it's turning on again. So now we should be able to test. Let me just cool down the board a little bit. So hopefully it's just a bad port and we don't need to replace any other components on the board. That's one side, looking good, 20 volts. Let's test the other side now. Other side, 20 volts, drawing power. So everything's looking good. Let's just clean this up. We're going to use also some compressed air to get any residue from underneath the port. I'm going to get rid of as much of that residue as possible. I'm going to put the sticker back to where it was. Just blow out this fan. Put back this little sticker here too. I need to find the screw for this here. I think I lost it, so I'll try and find another one. Alright, before we fully commit putting this all the way back together, let's test it out, make sure it turns on. We have keyboard light, we have good power draw. I shouldn't have plugged in the battery yet. Oh, there we go. Loading Windows, so everything's looking good. Alright, we have login screen, everything's good to go. Just one final test. Let's unplug the charger, flip it around to make sure it's working on the other side again, which it is. Everything's perfect. Let's just close this up and finish it up. Okay, so everything's good to go. Thankfully, we got lucky this time and it was just a bad port. Most of the time, unfortunately, when a port goes bad, it also takes some of the circuitry with it. So we're not always as lucky and we're not able to just replace a port. Usually there's other circuit work that needs to be done. But in this case, we got clear of all that. Only the port needed to be replaced and the laptop's good to go.